Alright, a package arrived today. A while back, I don't know if you remember this, but I upgraded my general miter square with a new miter slot bar. So there's absolutely zero play in that. And today, this package arrived from Woodpeckers, a new stealth stop fence. And I'll show you the things that I've done to this miter gauge to make it better and more easily squared. I have it squared with this piece of Baltic birch on here to the fence. So I'm happy with that. Now, once I put this on, I hope that it still is square, but we'll find out. And incidentally, while I'm opening this up, the stealth stop idea, I think, is fantastic. I've used it on my miter saw now for probably, I don't know, maybe 6 months, somewhere in there. Yeah, that's it. The instructions. I will say this, the tape and the mounting screws. I did build this before I even received my piece of extrusion here, based on the website Woodpeckers Deep Dive. So I hope that these holes that I have drilled here are in the proper location. If I can get this thing open. Alright. Now I'll have to look up and see what that's all about. There's a little threaded plastic piece here for what? I don't know. But yeah, that does raise that up to exactly right in the middle of the holes I have drilled, and this is nearly perfect. I'm a little bit high there. I intended it to be that way. Let's put these in. Okay. That may be a bit of a problem because they intend this, I'm almost 90% sure that they intend this to be on the left side of your blade, but I'm going to run it this way anyway. So the beauty of these stops is obviously you can make that cut. If the piece was longer and you wanted to square this end and then flip it and now make this cut, let's just do that and get this loose. I should have loosened that up before I put it in there. Yeah, now it operates freely. All right, let's try this side. Again, nice and square. I am not gonna try and change that one bit. That is gonna be just fine. So like I said, stop when you need it, and it's out of the way when you don't. And it has a capacity of 'Once you put the stop all the way to the end, I would guess you'd have about 28 inches. $27.5. Okay. Let me me give you a quick tour of what I did to this miter gauge setup I have. You can look up online on how to make these setup blocks to attach to any miter gauge. I did it according to the specs that they have on their deep dive website. 1 3/8 up from the bottom for these holes to attach the extrusion, and that's perfect. And nice little upgrade to this miter gauge. I'm looking forward to being able to do something on the right at 90 degrees. Any other angle cuts, I'll plan on doing that with my my JDS. So this one's going to be locked in at 90. But let me show you what I've done here. Hang on. Quick update. Simple procedure just to knock this thing out. I actually just used my ball driver, tapped it a couple times with a dead blow hammer, popped out, and then there was a little, you can tell it was a press fit because there's a little groove, little cut groove from when it was pressed in. So I just made sure to line that cut groove up with the one of the edges here. Wrapped it a couple of times with a hammer, and in it went. And now I am good to go. So here's the Allen wrench, fits in there nicely. And what I'll do here is I've left probably about a quarter of an inch clearance between the blade and the outside edge. I'll just looking to make a zero clearance insert. They just show a picture of it here, but obviously I've got this in the way. Maybe, no, I can't do that. I'm going to say make a new block. I shouldn't say I can't do that. I can do that, but then they would not be easily replaced. So another piece of 1/2 inch Baltic birch back here, and I'm going to assume that this is about the same width. Finished up making these zero clearance cutoff stops for the end of this fence, and I had a couple of things I had to overcome. I guess one being that this is so short, I could not use the flat T-nut that they have when you install the fence to this block or to your miter gauge directly. This would have ended up being in the field and been dangerously close to the blade. And you can see this, I dropped a line here. I wanted to make sure this washer was out of harm's way as well. Anyway, let me show you what I ended up doing. So it's nothing more than a couple of pieces of scrap that I cut up into appropriate sizes, glued them together to make this profile. The one thing I did find out is that this thickness is a bit thicker than my Baltic birch plywood. So I had to this one that I've got done here, I had to plane, get this thing out of here. I had to take a shoulder plane and plane this surface to make this a bit thinner so that this would end up being flush with the front face of the fence. A simple just 1/4 inch nut would work, a hex nut, or I happen to have a square nut which gives me a little bit more surface area to attach to, so I use that instead. Drilled a hole, approximately 1 and 3/8 inches up from the bottom. A little bit more actually, and then just attach it to this setup like that. And because I can really get a good bite on that T-nut in there, because it's at 90 degrees here and it's flush to the outside face, it's not moving. And I'm going to use it to make one more cut. I've got my 80 tooth blade installed. I'm going to run it through to get my cut line, and I had one extra piece left over, this piece here, but I didn't have enough of these cut. So what I'm going to do is just take this piece of scrap, which is what I was ripping or cross-cutting these pieces from, and I'm going to cut one more. And I'll show you why this cut line can become a pretty valuable thing to have when you're making these cuts. So let me get on the other side of the setup here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right, first order of business is to square up this end and establish a cut line in my zero clearance here. Check that for square, even though I've done this 1,000 times, or not 1,000, but I've done it many, many times. That's still nice and square. So now I've got that established, I'm just going to take my piece, because this is not that critical, but I'm just going to set it up. Let's do it this way to establish my length. There's my cut line. Now I can take that, and I know my blade is cutting right here. Bring my stop over, kind of max adjust it to just shy of that line. You get some different glasses on here. Now I can use this micro adjust feature and adjust it to the line. Now I'll make my cut. Disappeared. I've got a piece that's very, very close to that one. I don't know if that's the one I used to mark it or not. Yeah, I'm probably within maybe a couple thousandths of an inch of being right on the money. But you can see where that can come in handy now, and being able to kind of dial in a cut on the outside or the inside of the line. So now I have another one here that I can glue up to make another piece, another zero clearance. So I'll fit the rest of these to the fence. I'll have this one that's installed and 4 spares going forward. And then a nice fence that I can use with confidence on the right side of my blade, along with one that I have confidence in on the left side of my blade. That's it. Thanks for watching.